There's something I've learned this week, and it's very simple. I suck at escape rooms. What that says about my patience or my intelligence, I don't want to talk about it.
Needs some spark to bring her back to life.
I know, I'm trying.
But either way, I've been at my wit's end over this game, and for more than one reason.
What's this? Does it work? Get your feet out of here. Get those dogs out of here. God, I gotta blur that now.
This game came out a couple weeks ago, but I've been sick, so you might have already seen some people talk about this. But sit back, relax, and I guess enjoying is optional. This is Wanderer: The Fragments of Fate, a remake of a PC-only game originally just called Wanderer. And they sponsored this video so they could show off specifically the Quest version today. And what they're showing off is, confusing.
Must be those birds again.
What? It must be those birds again.
The premise of it all is interesting, though. It's escape room style puzzles with the twist of traveling through time, and you can bring anything with you between the present or the past. The world is in a post-apocalyptic state in the year 2061, but judging from the tech that you find, it seems like everything went wrong in the 80s or the 90s.
To leave you everything I have. It's all in an apartment in Boston's North End. It's a bad bounce, but if you look for the old water tower, then head west, you'll find... Should be a clean shot, right to the doorstep. Look for number 88, top floor. Keep your head on a swivel. This world is no picnic, but it may get a whole lot brighter if you can make it to my apartment in one piece.
The weird thing, though, is that it seems like someone else is time traveling as well, trying to change the future by altering the past.
Congratulations to Mother Russia. First country to land on the moon. Wait, I know my memory's filled with cobwebs, but Russians were the first ones on the moon? Is that right?
But it's a bit odd because you find this out by discovering that they've already changed it, but the characters on your side have no knowledge of this stuff changing, so it didn't actually change the future since we don't remember that new stuff. So they kind of broke their own time travel logic, because if their goal is to change the past to change the future, but changing the past doesn't change the future that we inhabit, then there's no point in going back in time at all to change things. But whatever, I'll play along. Maybe I missed something.
Walk forward. We're just going full Jesus core on this, okay.
So the writing is weird. The main character is entirely nonverbal, which can be okay in some games, but in this game it's kind of annoying, because as a result, it's just non-stop back-to-back monologues and weird borderline stand-up workshopping from the sentient watch that you wear on your wrist. It's really annoying.
Because
Now
none
to
of
put
the...
this to
Shut up.
use. I much prefer a screwdriver if I'm honest. And by screwdriver, I of course mean the drink. Apologies. Yeah, I'm just venting. Having a good vent is healthy. Easy does it.
This is too much voice acting. It's too much.
Almost there.
I know, I can... Ooh. I'm getting close to just turning off the dialogue, because I really hate this companion. Oh, listen here, Sonny. I'm gonna talk 90% of the time, and give you little how you do's every time you touch one thing. My God.
You got it.
I know. Holy
Time to get a handle on things, I suppose.
Oh my God.
I'm always someone that wants more interaction in VR and more story, but this dude just doesn't shut up. The voice actor is great, don't get me wrong, but it's just too much. I'm trying to solve annoyingly difficult puzzles, and he's just riffing. He has something to say about every tiny little object that you touch. Like, just leave me alone. Let me do something by myself for a second.
I just caught myself salivating over your inspired dish.
What?
And sure, in a game like Half-Life Alyx, there's just as many voice lines probably, but it's dispersed in an organic way that makes you, Alex, a character in it all. But we instead play a mute time traveler that just goes with the flow and does anything anyone tells them to do without saying anything. It feels more like the watch is the main character, and I'm along for the ride.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but even a blind man can see you ain't doing too hot here, son.
Oh, shut up.
There is combat in this game, but the combat is, ugh.
Well, the auto aim is wild. Okay. That's too extreme. I can aim right here. It'll just... Is there a setting for that? Because I don't want to be aim assisted that much. That's insane. Accessibility? Aim assistance? Off. That was too much. Alright, so now is it gonna... Alright, cool. Now I can actually aim myself. There we go. Ooh. Terrible combat. Absolutely horrible. For the physics in this game, to be like this, and the combat to be this bad is embarrassing. The physics are... Oh, I'm going to jail for that one.
To be blunt, at least so far for me, I think they could remove the combat entirely and it would be a better game. Right now, the sad truth for me is that combat makes this game worse.
Just do a flick of the wrist.
It adds nothing to the game other than an annoyingly buggy obstacle.
You kicked over there. I'm standing here.
The physics in this game are impressive, though. The collision geometry, the climbing, it's actually done really well, so it's baffling to me how they made the combat so bad.
Oh! I'm just getting throw a knife into me. Okay. How much aim assist is there? Alright, I think I remember. It's a lot. Yep, just heat seeks onto his onto his brain matter. Okay.
I didn't know going into this, but like I said, this game is all escape room style puzzles. I thought it would be mainly an action, adventure, exploration game, but no, you're really just jumping through hoops in a closed-off, claustrophobic environment to progress the story.
There's nothing anywhere. There's nothing here, there's nothing there, there's nothing anywhere. I've tried cutting this. I need like a sharper knife.
And don't get me wrong, this is a me issue, of course. You might like escape rooms. I personally am not a fan. But because I didn't know that this was the intended goal of the game, I was getting frustrated at first, so...
When does the game start? Is it broken? Like, I really don't know. There's nothing anywhere. I've checked everything. I need to progress. I haven't even time traveled yet. Oh my god.
I thought there were just way too many puzzles to begin time traveling and having fun. I thought the game was just taking forever to get started, only to learn that the puzzles are the game. And don't get me wrong, I love puzzle games. Portal is an all-time favorite for me, and at its core, that's an escape room game. But the rules for solving puzzles in this game just flip so often that some solutions just make me angry. Like, for one example, and I have no guilt in showing you the solution of this puzzle in particular, because to open this door, you have to break the puzzle forever. Yeah, in order to get inside, you have to break and defile an ancient Aztec tomb. Why would they design the mechanism for this door to only be opened once? That doesn't make sense. You're telling me they built this tomb like a goddamn piggy bank? No. With that kind of logic, the puzzle to get inside my house is to throw a rock through the window. I have hours of footage from this game, and it's just from the first 3 levels, because I just kept getting stuck on weird solutions. One thing didn't even feel fair. Like, here's another one. This lamp is a lever to open this here, but you can't even interact with it before it's, like, ready to be opened? I don't know. I had tried the lamp already, nothing happened, and I was stuck for 30-40 minutes wondering what the hell am I supposed to do, only to find that I just didn't do it at the right time.
This is what I'm supposed to do, is...
Come on. If it's an interactable thing, make it an interactable thing. At least let me grab it so I know it's not just scenery. Come on. The game also runs on the Quest 2, which is impressive, honestly, but here's the thing. You've been unknowingly seeing a mix of Quest 2 and Quest 3 footage this entire video. I dare you to try and find the differences.
The physics are immersive, though, I gotta say. The physics are the reason I'm still here. Can I put this in my teeth? I'm waiting for a game to do that. Let me use my teeth for things like that I could reasonably...
So this game probably could look better, but they focused on optimizing it for the Quest 2 instead, which is kind of a letdown. I can barely notice a difference between the two versions, that it seems to me like they just didn't take advantage of the Quest 3's performance at all.
This makes it more impressive that this is running on the Quest 2, that they've optimized it this much, but god, I got a lot of stick drift on this controller. There might be minute differences with textures, maybe, but I'm seeing exactly the same thing. Something tells me that this is probably higher resolution on the Quest 3. I'll compare. I'm trying to find differences.
And I get it, Meta loves to boast that X million people own a Quest 2, and so devs get afraid of leaving out that customer base, but most of the people who own a Quest 2 just aren't using the thing. Or if they are, they're using it on PC, they're playing free games because they're children, or they're just not the market at all for a $50 game on standalone, because in my opinion, it just looks objectively only okay. And for a Quest 2 game, it actually looks really good, but we're in the Quest 3 era now. And I of course could be wrong here, but I feel like they could have made this look so much better on the Quest 3 if they just ditched the Quest 2 and focused on the Quest 3 instead. The footage you're seeing is a bit choppy frame rate wise, but that's just because I'm recording. Don't worry about that. If you're not recording, it plays entirely fine.
Oh, a physics climb. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Just had to pull it down first. Because that's cool. Now we're getting into like Boneworks territory.
From what I've played so far, it's overall an okay game. It's fine, but it's almost there.
Open and close arms to swing. What? What does that mean? What does that mean? What kind of direction is that? Open and close arms to swing. Why don't you just say, move your arms and climb? That's the weirdest thing I've ever had someone tell me to do in VR. Open and close your arms is like this, or this. Or this.
But for $50, it's a little rough around the edges right now, especially considering that this is the state it's in after almost a full calendar year of delays already. And that's with the PC VR version still not having a release date yet.
It's OBS thing again. It's literally can't do anything. Literally, what? I can't play it. I can't let go. Can't touch this because my hand doesn't exist. Oh, for f***'s sake. I've just become half ghost. It's infecting me.
So honestly, this moment right here is where I stopped playing this game. I feel like playing it in this state on standalone right now is doing a disservice to the devs, but also myself, because from the footage I've seen from other platforms, this seriously has the potential to be a visually stunning VR game that can be forgiven for any downfalls in gameplay or even just my own personal preference of the type of puzzle game it is, as long as it's a visually immersive world. But as it stands right now, I'd hold off until they fix a few things.
Okay, so all I wanted to do was hop into the game and get the thumbnail, and I'm stuck in the goddamn wall. It's not. Where did that come from?
I mean, like, I couldn't even walk in a straight line at one point because my hand was trying to throw me off a cliff.
Okay, we're good. Oh my god. Stop. I can't. My hand is taking me places. Who's controlling my hand? It's not me, that's for sure.
But with all that said, as far as the games that can run natively on the Quest 2, this is actually pretty impressive. Again, if you have a Quest 2 and you've been wanting a new puzzle adventure game that actually runs on standalone, this is as good as you're gonna get. It's a little bit pricey for a Quest 2 game, but the physics and interaction are really cool, the story itself is actually interesting at its core, and to be clear again, this is Wanderer paying to feature the current state of specifically the Quest version to get my feedback, and honestly, kudos to them for being open to honest feedback like this, because that's really commendable. I'm always a bit torn when it comes to critical videos like this though, because in a few months, if they fix everything that I have an issue with in this video, suddenly everything I just said is irrelevant, right? So if you're watching this later, I'm going to leave a pinned comment down below with any future updates of my opinions on this game, because if they can simply fix a lot of glitches and upgrade the graphics on the Quest 3 specifically, I think they've got a winner on their hands. Like, even though the puzzle style in this game isn't quite what I personally enjoy, the trailers from the higher resolution platforms seriously show that the devs know how to make a game look good, but they just need to make it look better on the Quest than it does right now. Because I was seriously excited for this game. The trailer sold a really cool time travel concept, and it's been on my wishlist for, oh boy, I guess years now.
Jeez, they respawn? No, this is how cockroaches work. They just respawn. Oh god. We're living in a simulation. No.
So when they reached out to sponsor content as well, I was even more excited because standalone titles on the Quest 3 have been getting really impressive lately. But this one just doesn't seem to line up with a $50 price tag. Yet. I really hope I can eat my words on that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you missed last week's video, I played a BioShock mod for Half-Life Alyx that barely anyone knows about, and you should check it out too. If you have Half-Life Alyx, it's entirely free. And once again, huge thanks to the honorary Larrys for the support. Feel free to join them with the links down below on Patreon, or just here on YouTube with that little join button down below. You'll support things around here, and you'll see your name right here among these fine folks as well. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Oh, what the? Jeez, didn't make it? Nope, definitely not. Alright. Oh, hello. What's their shotgun on the moon?